the beginning, like I mentioned, I'm not saying that you can't work with psytrance. Well, give it a shot. Play a progressive house and smash it into a psytrance song. See how you go. I mean, you can always detune it down to the same tempo. Back in the verse. You can see how that goes. But you just want to be mindful that because you have increased the tempo quite a lot, it does take some time to smoothly blend it back in. Again, this is something that we're talking about the texture of the music. We're talking about, okay, the nuances in the songs. The progressive house, the future house, it has a lot of staccato elements. So it's very sort of, and then it has like the kick, or 4-on-the-floor kick. It's at 128, which is a really good, tempo. I think it's sort of where your heart rate's going or something like that. So it's like in that range. So it's very sort of, so using that effect cuts that a little bit just to not make it so monotonous. And then you're able to blend those well together because they have quite similar characteristics in them. Been enjoying this new app. It's really cool. It's called Record It. It's really good. So there you go. If you ask, okay, but how do you get them to blend it all together? That just comes with practice. I wouldn't necessarily say that you have to have them all sort of work as one sort of big song. It's okay for them to be completely different keys, and it can be almost exciting up to trial and error to sort of see what works. After a while, it just becomes automatic. You know what's going to work well together. It just naturally, you're able to naturally pick the songs to go there. But that takes time. It's a process. It's a process to get to that point. If you jot down the key points I mentioned, having a tempo, what are the characteristics of the songs? Are we looking at staccato? Is it quite in your face? Is it quite direct? Is it 4-on-the-floor? What kind of synths are they using? What's the chord? What's the answer? If you have one song, okay, what is going to be your answer? I would say that's probably the key. Is look at what your question is. What song is your question? Okay, and then see, okay, which one do I want to answer with? And then start with that. And then you can incorporate, okay, the different tempos and stuff like that. In the beginning, like I mentioned, I'm not saying that you can't work with psytrance. Well, give it a shot. Play a progressive house and smash it into a psytrance song. See how you go. I mean, you can always detune it down to the same tempo. Back in the verse. You can see how that goes. But you just want to be mindful that because you have increased the tempo quite a lot, it does take some time to smoothly blend it back in. Now, that's something I'll be talking about later because that's quite an advanced thing. Adjusting the tempo over a certain amount of time so you and the audience don't feel the tempo change as much. Okay, but that's for later video. I hope this gives you, as always, some cool ideas for how to approach using different genres of music. And just give it a crack and find some pieces that you like and see how you can switch between them. This also works well with mixing fast. If going from this one to the next one. Just be mindful of how big the build-up is for when you are working progressive house. Some of them can be a bit long. So using noise effects, creating your own sort of shorter build-ups, just so you can have a little bit more modern and not bore the audience. The longer the build, the more anticipation. So if you want to do like a super intense build, then you better have a really banger song that you want to switch over to. It can't be like, build, and then, it can, but that's a different story. That's a different one.